right, week 40, day 5, inclusive dashboard design. And this can be fairly complex. So it may be beneficial to take the charts that you've created prior to this week and combine them into maybe a 2 or 3 component dashboard that helps communicate a greater comprehensive idea while also supports exploration. So bring everything together into a multi-access system, create a dashboard aligned with information hierarchy, accessible components, and inclusion choices. And again, this is fairly complex in its approach, and that's why I would encourage you to take your work from earlier this week and leverage it as the foundation, and then think about how you can make improvements to each of those things, as well as how they're combined together to build this dashboard. And again, the dashboard could be a wireframe, a mock-up, a prototype, what have you. But just enough to communicate clearly how all of this pulls together into a meaningful system that has good data visualization, but also supports sort of accessible access to those data visualizations, including how multiple data viz elements may work together, and how do you think about accessibility of how those are combined to communicate a bigger message. What does that greater narrative look like? Exploring of the prior week's work on building story and narrative around data visualization. How do you build it around a collection of data visualizations? So great job this week. I know this was a bit of a departure from maybe testing out the strength of your current muscles and maybe building some brand new ones, but it's definitely a very powerful thing to do from a communication perspective. I think oftentimes we lean a little bit hard on our past experiences and repetition, and this should be a relatively novel thing for a lot of folks to approach. So hopefully it was a fun activity for you, but also you experienced some growth, and because it's very important, data visualization is critical to a lot of the work we do, and accessibility is critical to how society comes together to support itself. So we'll see you in week 41.